Happy legalization, everybody.
You're a star now.
A star was born. Where's Lady Gaga?
It took 95 years to launch this breakfast party, Wake and Bake, to dump criminality for legal weed.
Ooh, that's strong.
Yeah, this is my homegrown cannatonic blackberry.
Jonathan Hirsch has smoked medicinal and other pot for 17 years. Now anyone of age can.
It's an opportunity to get people off opioids. It's an opportunity to get people onto something positive, off of alcohol. It's a super great opportunity for Canada, really.
Peter Tosh's Weed Anthem, Legalize It, came out back in 1975. And today, over 40 years later, Canadians bought their first legal gram of pot at midnight in St. John's. In Montreal, long lineups all day. The first in line?
It's a big moment for a stoner like me.
By afternoon, stocks had run out in a few parts of the country, and by afternoon, some Newfoundland stores had sold out. In Ontario, the online store ran 100 transactions a minute initially. A few strains sold out, and at the U.S. border, well, some questions.
They just asked if we had any marijuana or any cannabis, and we said no.
A cultural revolution just beginning, starting at the back of this coffee shop.
It's a celebration of tolerance in Canada, and that there is a third way. The money that I spend will go to legitimate operations and not fund organized crime.
The government has staked its success on shutting down the illegal market, but pot habits die hard. Dave Eakins has made glass pipes and bongs quietly for years.
Have you been a smoker as well in the past?
Yeah, sorry, Mom.
Where did you get your weed today?
I just got it from a friend.
Are you going to migrate to the legal buying?
I haven't really put much thought into it.
Dispensaries are still strictly illegal.
Is this open? No? Is it closed for good, or are you telling them to go somewhere else?
No, I'm telling you they're closed.
They're closed.
Not exactly. Later, she gave our colleague a card sending her to this dispensary, which she was told will reopen tomorrow. So, after today's pot-infused euphoria and parties, will legalizing cannabis do what it promised to? That's the test.
Oh, great. So, Adrian, tonight I'm at a big pot party in Toronto sponsored by the Cannabis Society and one of the new legal producers. The CEO told me it was a big day, bigger than he expected. A third of his product alone already sold out across the country.
So, Susan, you touched on something earlier I just want to explore briefly, and that's sort of the stigma that comes with smoking pot. Has today changed how people deal with that at all?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look at this room, over 600 people of middle-class professionals, over a dozen pot executives here in this room. For them, they've stepped out of the shadows. They're not afraid now to say, we like weed. For others, though, the stigma still exists. They're worried about leaving their information online, telling the government that they used to use weed or want to use it in the future. And that may take a long time to go away, Adrian.